counter the top side, so you get the good matchup. But I feel like most of the bottom teams, maybe T1 is a little like weird here, but I think you want to have insane pocket pick here.
Yeah,
That's
the
why we bring up
Morgana
this
pick
graphic.
was
What do you
kind
think
of
about this
insane.
one?
I mean, I play League of Legends on top
The
side
Morgana
like 10
pick
years
was
already,
kinda
but I know the
crazy,
League
I'll
of
give
Legends
him
is
that
so
much.
unfair. If you're good, you can blind pick. If you're good,
Oh yeah,
you can also counter pick.
This
It's
one was
yeah.
kind of crazy.
So like the own
It's
specialty
so
pick,
sad. He's
it
the
works
only
so
one that
well.
won lane.
I mean, it is. I agree. Like there
Absolutely
is a risk
fucking
and
pummeled.
consequences are kind of big too. But I mean, that's the that's the professional player. You have to take a risk. How much you wanna earn? Yeah, on yourself.
Yeah. Again, big gambling on the top side of the map. It has been so important. As we take a look at some of the high win rate champions so far, Alistair at the top here, but there are so many that stand out with huge win rates.
So yeah, I think all these picks can fit in every single team comp, and
What
it's
is
gonna make
this?
the game easier. And that's the point of these picks. And I think like people forgot about the Sion. It's one of the great blind picks, but also it counters Jace right now, and I think it can be a great champion on the top lane once again. So I think all these picks make sense, and we kind of want to see on the top side because again, it's the meta of the lane dominance, and Rumble is just so OP, and we have the Rumble guy back.
The Rumble guy is
Where's
back.
my Rumble? I'm back. Please bring the Rumble back. Like, I want to see the Rumble. I want to go ham on the player.
No, but you can't
Hells
really like
yeah,
see the
hells
Rumble
yeah,
because
hells
they're
yeah.
banning all the time. It's like,
So
do you
strong.
have any solution into Rumble? You actually need
I don't.
like ban all
I
the
can't.
time.
Honestly, if I play against my Rumble, I IFF 15.
Okay, no
Can't lane.
solution.
I can't lane.
No
Well,
solution.
it's not always good if we have these high win rates. That also means we've got some low win rates. Look at Ambessa at 15%
Oh yeah,
win rate,
rising
3
a
and
low
17,
win rate
and
is
has
kind of
not won
interesting
in
to
the
me
jungle
considering.
yet.
I think
Oh,
jungle and
well,
top both
now the
sides
Anivia
doesn't
pick
work
is like
because,
insane
for jungle, you
against the
want
Rise,
only
and
game
Anivia in
jungler,
general
something
has just been like
Jarvan and Xin Zhao, so
crazy.
you can actually snowball faster.
been a
But
crazy
Ambessa
like
is not the champion
change,
for that one.
and Anivia's been in pro
K'Sante,
play for a
I mean,
fucking long ass
imagine
time.
you're blind picking K'Sante this meta.
It's you're not having fun this meta for sure. And also, as you see, like a lot of champions that it's
The
focused on
Aurora,
playmaking.
7
But
wins
the
and
thing is,
13
like,
losses.
It's not only that, like you have the first of all,
13
you have
losses
to be able
just
to
every
lane
time
against
Fake
the
has played
opponents,
it.
the champion, and especially I think Rise, like you have to snowball all the game, but especially these metas, like people found the older champion that is good against Rise, and also you're not actually getting a lot of thing all the game is with the Rise.
I was watching
So
this
I think
video
the people
about
that's really good
what's it
at
called?
against Rise.
Yeah, I mean, I
the
feel
Anivia
like
support counter. It
Mel,
was
Rise,
scarier
and
playing
Ezreal
Camille.
having a
'cause,
low win rates makes sense
she can just
because
go
I
through
think
walls
those
and
champions
shit.
are kind of overrated. As you mentioned,
Honestly,
Anivia is such a
wouldn't be
good
surprised to see a
champion
fucking
against,
Kane
Rise
support
and
coming
Mel.
at some
But
point.
what
I think Kane
happens to
support would be
Aurora?
kind
I
of
still
crazy.
feel like it's one of the great blind pick on the mid lane, and the top lane you can flex it. So I
It
feel
would
like
be a
it's
bit
kind
rough
of fake
early,
on
I
that
guess,
one. I still really
but-
like the champion, but
Yeah, and then it's like
again,
melee. So
some low win rate champion.
yeah, you just got
I
fucking
think-
blue for.
Yeah,
and
you gotta
GG's.
drop that. Especially
Just go
don't
through the
pick
walls
Ezreal and
against
Nico
Anivia.
again on the bot side. I hate those.
Golly. I mean, I will say I like seeing Teddy on Ezreal. I will ask for that one pass here we did as we move on towards this week's schedule. As we do have a great way to start this week. It is Nongshim versus T1, and then the battle for first place. It's KT versus Hanwha Live V-Sports.
Round
and then
2
we take a look at
starts
your
from
interesting picks.
Friday.
It's DNS
Oh, yeah.
versus Bro in the battle of last place for Wadid, and Hanwha Live V-Sports and T1 to kick off round 2.
So to be clear, today's matchup is such a banger. It's Nongshim versus T1 and KT HLE. But I wanted to pick up DNS versus Bro, the battle of the bottom.
Ooh.
And it matters so much, Degon, right?
Why are you looking at
Battle
me?
It
of the
matters so
bottom.
much.
That's
Stop.
crazy.
But what did you
Pause.
pick?
Pause. Chat.
I
Pause.
picked the Bros.
Yeah.
Of course I picked them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, also I picked the HLE against T1 because like as we kind of touched at the standings, there we can clearly see the top 2, but the bottom, the top 4, it's really big chance for T1 to actually can climb up.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to do it, and we'll take a look at this week's predictions. A lot of split predictions here.
Interesting.
Mostly into round number 2. Round 1, today's second match, it's split. Hanwha and KT will break that one
KT
down
versus
after
Bro.
the first series. Umpty,
It's
the
over,
general,
bro.
who made
But-
his career with
but-
Rion,
Roma's
voted
looking
for
real
the Supers
strong.
when both teams are 1-7.
Against
That's kind of
Shaker.
nuts. And then the Hanwha T1 match.
Then
It's
again-
just me and
what the
Wadid
fuck?
believers in the T1 Magic. Gen G
Yo,
and
yo,
D+,
yo,
that's
chat,
going
don't
to
let
be
that happen
a
again.
crazy one. another big split.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you went with Kiwoom against Nongshim?
Yeah. Little bit of gamble.
Okay.
To be honest.
Big gamble.
Yeah, I'm being honest,
Interesting.
you know.
Huni, you've been away for a while. What is the most? What is the thing that you're looking forward to seeing the most out of the LCK this season?
Rumble.
Other
I
than
have
Rumble,
to.
it doesn't
Rumble.
look like you're going to be able to.
I'm here for Rumble, man. Like, you know, I am who I am.
Yeah.
Have to see. But I mean, it's just kind of too OP, so we'll see.
Uni's
And
kind of
all
funny. I
I
like
think
him.
it's really interesting
I
too.
like
Like
Uni.
when I was not actually in the LCK Global, or outside of the, like when I was just viewers. I want to see more interactions like between, like there's the top 2, the top 4, and we can
I'll
kind
be
of
right
clear
back.
see the
Give me
wall,
1
right?
second.
So I want to see like go over the wall.
And we're gonna start off with the Nongshim T1 today, and I think both teams. It doesn't matter what team they're facing against. It really depends on just their own performance right now. So I feel like it's one of the match that we might struggle to find some good highlight. But I'm so excited to see the circus from both teams today.
Absolutely. The circus was fantastic over at home ground last weekend. They're looking to try and build upon that legacy that they built in the in-stadium matches. For Nongshim, they need to find a way to get some consistency, whether that's in the solo lanes, whether that's following your Hyung with Lahens down on the bottom side of the map.
Oh,
the Noodle
yeah,
Boys,
baby.
they're great when they win, and it's tough when they lose. Let's see how they do here in the first match of week number
sorry.
5. It's T1.
It's
Nongshim.
an
We'll see you
LCK
after
angle.
game
I was
number
gonna
1.
play League, but I realized I have so many assignments. Hello, Ashford. I have so many assignments due this week. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking go live, watch the LCK because I really want to watch the LCK as well and do some assignments. Went to go get my laptop.
Nice.
Oh, hello, Ivan. You ready to watch?
Yeah.
You ready to watch?
Who would-
Nongshim get absolutely fucked?
You sure?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Shakers. Oh, I mean Faker.
Wait, do you know Faker's the worst KD right now?
Yeah, I know,
Apparently.
it's so bad. It is so bad. What's it called? Oh, wait.
Oh wait, maybe not
intro.
KD, but it was like the
It's
solo
so-
kill to solo death ratio.
No, and it's
And it's KD?
KD not also just ass at the moment.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
He's the weak link in T1 at the moment, and they have Doran,
Yo,
and we have Doran.
we have Doran.
My goat's washed, bro. My goat's actually washed.
Bro, even if I say Doran shit in chat, like no one gives a fuck. They actually agree with me. That's how bad he is.
But you gotta throw a little bit. You feel me? Any throwers in chat. Any throwers.
Yeah, that Chovy.
Oh, yo, Doran.
Oh, oh no, no.
Wait, what was my boss today, bro? Today
Some-
it's T1
majestic
versus
shit.
Nongshim. I hope Faker wins because he is him.
Oh, Zeka keeps mugging my screen.
Oh, W touch.
Whoa.
I watched the clip. I watched the clip of Guma reacting to it. He's like, bro, they made us do some gay ass shit. I don't know why the fuck they made us touch each other's hands. It's actually hilarious.
LSEK. Whoa, pairs of twins of towers. What the fuck is that?
T1 fighting! Nongshim
Whoa. Wait, is it Faker?
Wait, I guess I can guess it.
Yo.
Oh wait,
Oh.
that's who's,
All of Doran's fans are just women.
Wait,
Cosplay. Our next.
casting today. Is it
Greetings,
Valdez?
ladies and gentlemen,
Valdez.
and welcome to the
Yeah, that
LCK.
is
We're getting
Valdez.
ready for our first match of the night. T1 up against Nongshim Red Force.
Best host.
for what seems like the first
Valdez
time in a long
and
time,
Wolf,
this
bro?
actually isn't the highlight
Valdez
match
is
of
the
the
best, in
day.
my
You know,
opinion.
generally
He
when
always
T1
be
is
saying
playing, it's
shit.
like, well, they've got a lot
Bro,
of fans.
low-key,
A lot of people are
my
going to be tuning in for this
favorite
one, but we have
combo
KT versus
Wolf
HLE
and-
later
Wolf
tonight
and
as well.
Atlas.
It's just a
Atlas.
game
I
will
like
get
Valdez
boring
and
games.
It really
Atlas.
is. I
The
mean,
game
when you
will get
consider that
boring
we
as fuck
have
if they're
that
just
battle for
talking
first place
about
later
some
on, but
random ass
also
shit.
have a somewhat
I
struggling
don't know why
T1
people
looking
hate
for a
that.
four-series
Like, what do you
win
want me to do
streak
when
here,
the
but did have
motherfuckers
a
are
lot of
laning?
problems in their matches over the weekend
Hello,
despite taking the
Cooper Knight.
4-0. A lot of those were a little bit too close for comfort.
He's
Against
streaming.
Nongshim that's having a
I'm
really good
streaming.
season here, have had some downs, but have also looked really consistent. So
he's
it's
casual.
just a banger day. We've
I'm
got a lot
casual.
of
I
League of
like
Legends
casual.
packed into two
I like
best
the
of threes today.
craziest-
And we are, of course, going to.
Yeah,
we
hell yeah,
cannot
give me-
talk about T1
Get that
without
sub,
talking about
that
Keria
sub.
extending his contract until
appreciate it.
2029.
This
He
was
resigns
this
with
made my
T1
week. This
for
made my
3
week.
more years, and this happens right after he
Yo.
picks up 4
Yo, Mod, what are we
POMs
doing?
in a row, and a bit
Nah, Shay,
emotional
you
as
can't see
well
YouTube chat.
during that
Shay.
moment. And
It's
you
a-
can understand
Oh, fuck.
because, you know, it's a big
Oh, wait,
commitment,
you got-
and
you
it
got
also
motion
means
on
a lot.
YouTube, or-
Karia's
I got
really
motion
made
on
his
YouTube,
name
bro.
through
Alright,
the
give me
T1
mod.
organization, and to commit to even more years
I don't know how
is
to do
huge.
that.
Exactly. But he had a great start on DRX. No one
Obai?
could take that away from the
Alright,
DRX
no, no,
org,
Obai,
but
no,
has
it's
won
Obai
so many
official.
world championships
I'm here.
on T1, despite losing one to his old org in DRX there, and a close friend to Deft. But to sign for 3 more years with the career he already has is
I
almost a
am
statement that you will
virtually
end
said that. I
your
love your
career on
games.
this team, and that is an incredible statement from Keria of how much this org means to him. As they walk out here with Nongshim, he faces off against Lehens today, and Faker will face
Where did you
off
make that comment?
against
Did you make the
Scout
comment on
for the
the
first
video one or
time
the
since
YouTube
Worlds
Shorts one?
2023.
Your
Old
description
trainee,
on YouTube.
once
is my
a
description?
former team, or once a
I am
teammate, now a
Throne27,
former teammate,
and
of
I
course,
love
Oh my God, is it
3 years
actually?
later.
Yeah, please support
And I
me
think
by
a lot of
liking the video
T1
and
fans
subscribing.
will
Comment
remember
down below,
that I
hashtag
predicted
I sit on
LNG
the throne.
controversially
Oh my
in
God,
that
is
series
the
because
most
of Scout,
homosexual
and I
shit
was
I've
very
ever
vocal
heard in
that
my
Scout was the better mid laner at the time. Faker dominated him, crushed him, and they have not faced
you're
off
moderating.
since.
Oh, W.
Yeah, the
Were you a
3-0
code?
really didn't do that prediction any
You scared them away,
any
bro.
favors for sure.
Yeah, my bad.
And yeah, I mean, it really comes down to T1, especially Faker, their ability to show up when it comes to international tournaments, especially Worlds. And
Nah, you gotta help. You gotta help.
now
on
we're
the
going to
YouTube
get
shorts.
into
You
the
gotta help on
nitty-gritty
YouTube
between
shorts,
these
lads.
two teams. Curious to see if
That's where the
Nongshim,
motion's at.
who have
That's where the
also,
motion's at.
you know, they have a really tough strength
Chat,
of
we streaming on
schedule
TikTok?
right
Oi,
now. They went up against
Doran?
Humalife Esports,
Doran?
Gen G, and now T1. Just 3 matches in a row.
I hope
And the
Doran,
first couple of
Why is he so
matches did not go
cute,
well.
bro?
hope Doran finds what he's looking for.
That's why I'm saying
Everyone knows
he's
that
a-
frantic
We're
moment where you're
fan
searching through
favorite.
your backpack and you know it's in there.
But
You
forgot his
swear you put
mouse.
it in there in the morning, but you could not, in fact,
Wait, they're
find it in
sponsored
there,
by
whatever,
noodles?
whatever this he is looking for. But I
Right?
am
That's the noodle
most
brand.
intrigued by
Yeah,
the top side
that's the
matchup
brand.
here,
That's the brand.
including
Wait.
junglers, right? Top jungle
You're trolling.
between Sponge and Owner.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know.
Owner has had some ups and downs. Has been a little bit more on the
Wait, they have to
upswing
win.
very recently.
Those are
And then
delicious.
Kingen versus
No,
Doran.
but Faker's
Doran
got
has
Ramio
had
now.
certainly
I
some
mean,
struggles in
Ramio-
terms of getting
But
solo killed
Ramio
in his
is
laning phase,
different.
but is still
It's
making
different.
big impacts outside
And he's got
of the laning
McDonald's.
phase. And Scout versus Faker is a really interesting one because we've seen Scout really enjoys spending all of his time in the side lane and not joining team fights until
Yeah,
very
yeah.
late. Has really been
Faker
trying
and
to
Kali
push
is it?
advantages
Yeah.
outside of team fights.
Nah,
But he
Faker Kali's
has
not gonna
played
hit,
a
bro.
lot of these
I'm not
counter
gonna
picks
hate.
into the Azir.
Nah,
Play the
Faker
Akali, but he'll
always
also
hits,
play the
bro.
LeBlanc,
It hits,
for
but, like,
example.
why
And
is he
Faker
Something's wrong with
has
him.
really struggled on Azir recently.
Wow.
1,100
Jackson on
LCK.
stage.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about that.
Wait,
Look at who's
wait, why
second
is
here.
he
BDD at
meditating?
867.
Miles
Wait,
Because he's
why
chill.
is he
Low cortisol.
Retired.
Low
You have to go
cortisol.
all the way down to
Why
Keen,
is he low cortisol
who's
and cocky
like
right
300 behind before you get to the next one.
Wait, he's got a Spotify sponsor?
Crazy.
Yeah,
What's he
and
singing,
I'm sure that
bro?
number is just going to continue going up
Legends never
for this
die.
guy who
Legends never
continues
die.
to
There's only one thing
re-sign
Faker loves more
contracts
than League of
himself
Legends, and that's
continue on for more
McDonald's
and more
sponsorship
years.
money.
No
Totally.
signs of slowing down
Hell
anytime
yeah, fuck
soon
the kids in Gaza.
that department.
I mean, to play for an organization for
It's all
15
good,
years
though.
in
He went
esports is
sponsored by
unheard
Arabs.
of. And barring some crazy
means that T1
circumstance
is
that prevents him
Hamas.
from doing that, like he's on his
Halal
way,
jacket.
which is just insanity. Here's T1's newest member, though, in Pays
Pays is
in the
also
bottom
so
lane.
cute, man.
We have seen
Oh
Pays
shit, wait, they have
have
this
a
guy?
lot of solid laning performances, heavily in
Yeah.
part
Evil
and
genius.
influenced by
They
Carria's
had so
laning
well, bro.
performances we have seen, with him pulling out
It's
the
like
Lux
Dr.
several times.
Doofenshmirtz.
I think this is going to be a
What?
tall ask here for Nongshim.
And, like,
This is why I
Carria's-
said for Nongshim, I
Carria's,
think
like,
the
tiny
main place you want to
platypus.
keep your eyes on are the top and top
What
jungle.
the-
Okay,
that's
something
the
special.
There's just
That's
too many
the
picks
closest
this
thing I
guy
could
can
think of.
play. There are
Yeah.
too many
Oh, yeah.
ways you can lose lane.
Carrier's gonna whip something
And
out of his
Taeyun
asshole tonight.
has had his ups and downs for sure.
Do not.
Since
He's
he
gonna
was
whip out
all
this
the way
Zed
back
support,
to
bro.
Casper
Also,
Cup,
Lehens
but
is the guy
looking
who
stronger
did
now,
Sin
but
support.
to put him on the same caliber as Pays and
Oh,
Carrier
look,
right
why
now in
does
terms of
little
laning
T1 look chill
2v2
as
with
fuck today?
Lehens, I think would
Why
be
do they
a
look like
pretty
they actually
bold
still give
and
a fuck?
controversial statement. It won't be
Yeah.
one
Probably
on
had
Low
to
cortisol gaming,
I
dude.
don't
Low
think
There's
cortisol.
actually
really
no
anyone
cortisol
would make
gaming.
that statement at this point in time, except maybe some diehard fans. But Nongshim going to select the blue
Is that-
side.
They want to
T1
the-
go
Is
that
ahead
easy
and
hook?
take first pick after that. So T1 definitely a team that
Was there
has
easy hook?
been
That's not Mata.
focusing on getting
Oh,
first
Mata,
pick as
Mata.
often as possible when they have right of first selection, as we saw on that really nice graphic at the start of the day in the pre-show.
Alright.
So they're going to utilize that, maybe try to get
Mbessa.
Ben, Ben?
Oriana or Nazir for Faker
Let's
has been his
go!
go-to.
I'm the goat. I'm
Could be
actually
one of
the
those
goat.
pick
situations
Mbessa.
where
They're gonna
one of
pick
the rare
Mbessa.
ones where T1 could even consider
Comma
banning
Ben?
the
I don't know.
Azir themselves because Faker's
Comma Ben?
performances on it haven't been great, and Scout has been the best Azir here
Oh,
in LCK
whoa.
2026. BDD hasn't had that many
Wait,
opportunities
I
to
lost
play
Aura. I
it.
actually lost
Chogi's
Aura.
had a few good games on it as well, but
What if they ban?
Bard will be taken away from
Nocturne?
Carrier. The Rumble goes away
That'd be
because it's
pretty
first
funny.
pick here for T1, so that one's gone. Sorry, Hooney. That's going to be a trend. See what this
Uh,
final
Ryze
Oriana
will
ban.
be here for T1.
Maybe a Nivea ban.
Could be a LeBlanc ban if they do want to first pick the Azir,
Oh,
but you still have to
Akali
potentially
ban.
face that
Oh, whoa.
Akali, and they'll ban the Varus instead.
There's just too many OP things, especially
think
when you're
Scout's
first
sitting
pick.
there
You
like,
really want to make
oh,
sure that you're
T1's
not
first
giving
pick, they're
over
gonna take
two
the Azir.
OP picks in the meta. Like if they were going to go
So I'm
for
not so
Azir, you don't want to
scared.
give Oriana.
Oh, who said
Varus
Oriana
or
ban?
anything like that.
Who said Oriana?
Oriana, of course,
W
also
Oriana
going to be
ban.
banned here.
Karma.
And that leaves Karma.
Oh.
Karma available here for
Wait, they
Carrier.
didn't first pick Azir
There's lane
for the
dominance we've
first
seen
time
on
ever?
a lot of other picks that don't necessarily win lane.
Oh
We'll
shit.
see what
Wait,
it
they
does on
actually
the one that
humbled Faker.
always
Yeah,
wins
it's
the
not
lane.
really.
Yeah, and
Not
now
really
you can't
winning them
pick
games.
Jarvan because unless you're going to take Ezreal away, you're
I think
just
they
not
need
gonna
to sub
have
out
much
Faker, bro.
efficacy
Like,
on that
That's-
pick from the
that's
jungle.
not fan
So they may
service
have to
if he's
go
losing.
for Xin Zhao, or maybe they do take away that Ezreal.
Going for the Ezreal here first. They could go with the Jarvan with it.
Circus.
And that is what they're going to do. So good read by you. And Nongshim also realizing that they can pick this Ezreal pickup. Taeyun's been a pretty decent Ezreal. There's still a lot of other picks that pair well with the
It's
Karma
not an upturn
lane.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even necessarily have to grab it right here. It can grab
Who's
owner's
gonna pick?
Xin that he is famed for. I think that's very likely. And maybe we'll see Faker's Azir.
Oh.
However,
Uh,
not a flex really in this situation, at least not in the support role.
Okay, Zanivia's clean. Zanivia's clean.
Looks like he's going to pick up the Anivia, which does deter a potential Rise pick later on. I'm
Yeah.
worried, though, about what it could mean in other tougher matchups that he might face off
Wait, what if it's
against
fucking
in,
Anivia top, bro?
Scout's mid lane pick.
Maybe.
And we've
Xin Zhao
seen-
makes a lot of sense for
Yeah.
Owner. I mean, he was always going to pick that. It's one of the top three
Wait,
jungles
we
at
haven't
the
seen the
moment, and
Anivia
he's very
flicks,
famed for it.
ADC
I
yet.
think I'd rather see
It's
a
possible.
support
It's
pick here
APC.
for Lehens
Anivia
now
APC.
than getting Scout's counter pick into the Anivia, especially considering the Anivia could still technically be picked top.
Oh
They
shit,
disagree.
it's real.
And they will get the Azir themselves here. Really, really interesting draft we have
Really,
here for
really
Nongshim. And
interesting.
now a lot of those range supports likely
Father,
going to be
I
banned
took your
away
pick.
for T1 to make sure this lane remains dominant. Caitlyn,
Oh
of
shit.
course, was going to be banned. That's the next on the
Actually
list.
fucked
They
up.
don't
He's still
have
a
Varus,
dad's
they don't have
pick.
Ezreal
Goddamn.
with this Karma.
Next on the list is Jin. Jin Karma also very strong, and something that a lot of T180 carries, including Pays, can always hop onto, and can do pretty well into the Ezreal.
So they're going to ban Jace, as they feel pretty confident that they don't think there's much left available for
Stepping on
lanes to
it?
play to go toe-in-toe in this lane.
Stepping on
And
it?
they're probably happy to face off against a melee support if that's where he decides to go
Wait,
with
that's
this.
Zeus's father.
Actually kind of
Dang.
like this angle. Protect Doran a little bit on the
True,
top side.
true.
Was he Doran's
Misfortune,
father?
I think, is
though?
one pick that also works well with Karma, but I think
No,
they're 100% going to
Doran,
ban the
Doran
Jin
is
here.
Zeus's father as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
even though it's not necessarily a Jin draft. Wow, okay, Sivir, which
Doran is everyone's
a
father.
lot of wave
low-key.
clear in this draft
True.
if they had given
That's
over
why
to
he's
Sivir.
always letting
I
them
mean,
Jin
like
isn't perfect
trap
with
them
T1's
over him,
comp,
'cause that's
though,
what
I will
dads
say.
do.
Sivir
They
Actually,
could
see.
thrive.
is good into Ezreal individually.
Yeah, so he's
I
playing
do feel
Unara.
like it does not
He's
very
playing
much
Jhin.
enjoy Azir and
Uh,
especially Jarvan.
Yeah.
With the
Is
Cataclysm.
Unara comp
I
good?
feel like yes, Jin has a similar issue, but he's generally very far away
sort of?
compared to Sivir, who's
Probably.
short range and has to be up against the Jarvan and can get cataclysmed. You can force the
Preferably
flashes very
tank
easily. I
support.
feel like the Sivir ban
Oh,
pretty
Leona
interesting.
ban.
The Leona ban now could be a Nautilus angle here for
Is he
Nongshim, but
retarded?
Nico is up, and it's going to make
Hayes'
very
Jin's
upset.
pretty good. Like he plays
But
it
is
against like
one of those
Java
range
and
supports
shit.
that was left.
Nautilus is banned, Valdez?
Yeah, I forgot
Are you
Nautilus was banned in
retarded?
the first phase. Thank you for pointing that
Jin.
out to me, Valdez.
Jin is just so obvious here.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
very surprised they didn't ban this.
I don't really see what else they would have played here. It's not the greatest angle for MF. And Faker's going to get the
Oh.
Akali. And we could have, I was going to mention earlier, we saw the Jace ban. It is playable in the top lane, but also the Anivia can be played top. They ban the
It is
Jace.
a Divya top.
This is
Well,
going to
unless
force
it's a
King
Kali.
to make
Maybe,
a pretty tough
maybe.
decision here.
It's
I want
gonna
to see
be
Maybe
Fake
Annie
with
off to
the
play
It's gonna
Kali.
be King and Annie top.
A lot of people have picked
King
Anivia
and-
into Kingen, actually, who played a lot of top Anivia himself.
A bit too much magic
And,
damage.
Yeah, I mean, still technically flexible between the two.
Oh, Sion.
I like
the
this
Anivia.
because you have so much damage. You have the 2-item spike of the Ezreal. You have the late game Azir. It's going to be a side lane threat as well.
It's gonna be
And you have
lethality
Nico
Sion.
for engage, and this
Holy.
Sion is just going to be a brick wall, and it will weather the storm in either matchup. You assume it's going to be the
I guess
Anivia
you
top,
tank,
but
though.
that could have been something they swapped at last minute if Kingen played something else that the Akali was stronger into. But the Sion is just going to feel pretty safe to weather the storm here into this Anivia. Also, this is such a big test for Faker because he has had so many struggles on the other side of this matchup in very recent games, including his first ever 9
did
Faker
flame
loses
game
this,
of
if
Azir
Faker loses this
in his
matchup,
career. But now
maybe
we'll
he's
see if
just
he can
ass.
actually put
Yeah,
the
he
screws
could.
into this Azir matchup and actually really put the pressure on.
Now, every time he has a
Scout, like
vacation
did
and comes back,
all the
like
way
he
back
sets
in
the cook.
2023 in Busan and the
but
World
he had a
Semifinal.
vacation already.
You and I were there in the crowd watching it live.
Did he really though?
And we'll see if
Yeah,
history
he
repeats
lost
itself
fucking
here again.
LCK
So many
cup.
storylines as Pays
He
also
was
faces off against
out
Lehen,
for
like
a month and a
his
half,
former
2 months.
support
Yeah, but he's probably
on
like
the bottom line.
grinding and shit.
Yes,
Still, have like a
sitting there.
full vacation.
I thought
Cheering
I
on
thought
the
they went to
LCK.
Dubai.
LCK fighting, it says, on the left.
It's high
as
cortisol.
it is
You know what?
pandemonium
They
week.
probably played League of
We're getting ready for this first matchup between
I hate
Nongshim and
Dubai.
T1.
Fake ass
This
face.
is definitely a big first test for them in this game number 1. Going up
Dubai's
against
pretty
Faker's
strange.
Akali. We'll see if he can do well on this side of the matchup
Dubai
as we
like
hop
a
into the
boo.
rift for game number
The
1.
boo boo. Dubai chocolate.
Viral Dubai chocolate.
Yeah, blood. Oh, Scott's gonna die. Scott's gonna die. Kali's Kali for the
I'm
flank.
just gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Here we go,
Wait,
game
they're
number
pinging
1
him. They're
starting.
question marking
It
him.
already
Question marking
feels
him.
Oh, they know,
like
they know.
we're,
They know his shit.
back at the T1
Shenanigans.
home ground, even though this is just
Oh,
Lal Park.
I'll trade.
Wait,
I'll trade.
Carrier got clapped.
TTT Lal Park.
Lane
Hosting
lost.
a lot of
Unlucky.
T1 fans
Actually,
today.
they lost.
I am always excited to watch a T1 game that has
Oh,
high
wait,
stakes,
wait,
right?
wait,
5
wait.
and 3 right now.
W trades. W trades.
Just the extra game
Oh,
ahead
oh,
of Nongshim at this moment in time, as we're going to see an aggressive heal
Good heal.
trade
Good heal.
here. As this would mean so much for Nongshim to bounce back if they were able to get this upset win, but also for T1 to continue that
Lehan's your ass.
streak, move up
Cheeks,
to 6
cheeks,
and
absolute
3, and really
cheeks.
solidify their spot as a top team here in LCK
Yo, we see it.
2026. It was definitely a matchup that people came into
-1.
thinking
Rip, rip,
T1
rip,
will
rip.
likely
Wait,
win.
no, it's not.
But we'll wait and see with Nongshim having
got
some
6.
over-performances a lot
wait.
this year.
How do you get
already.
that?
Hayes got 5.
Oh shit.
Wait, 6-7.
I feel like
6-7.
Nongshim, you know, definitely one of
Look at
these.
that.
Oh, going in for the root, and Lehen sets it up already on the
He's
pace.
so
Who is super
fucked.
low. The flashes come through, and Taeun picks
Wait,
up
Carrier's
first blood.
taking every
That's
single
going to be
shot.
huge for this lane.
We know there's an old adage.
That was
Yeah,
like a
it's
little
only
hands
say
diff.
here on
Hands
the
diff.
global
GG's, bro.
broadcast that Pays was a huge contributing factor to Lehens' growth.
Wow.
Sorry, I said it backwards, but hold
Any,
on.
I don't know he does this type of
Any
shit.
overstayers?
Yes.
In the
Oh,
bottom?
nice.
Okay, everything's kind of missing, but eventually Taeun just dies. He doesn't have flash.
What a
And now the
scuffed-ass
wave's in a rough
game.
spot for the Nongshim bot lane.
Yeah, at least he had the kill. At
He's
least
gonna
he had
shield
the kill.
himself as
Oh,
Pays
wait,
shows
wait,
up here.
And as old as he is?
You know, Lehens may have contributed a lot to Pays' growth and
Wait,
to his death
hold
there
on.
with the flash forward into the root, but they
He
stay
won
too
what
long
that
when
fight?
it comes to the bottom side, and it's a trade back. I still think this favors the bottom lane of Nongshim. They get the kill onto the Ezreal.
Ezreal's
Great
still
angle
more
here
golden,
for
Jen.
Lehens.
Does he?
hopes he can actually
Yes.
fight his way out of it with the barrier
Because he's
there
the
and
one
flash
who
away. But it is just too much damage. After the root comes through, the guaranteed empower comes. And Taeyeon here, they do not have vision in the river at all.
But that does put the
Punish does
jungler
not
up
expect
though,
this great
so
sidestep, but ultimately, it's not enough.
more pressure on the map for early game.
Yeah, not much you can do in that position, but we're gonna have to wait and see how that does
Jarvan's
treat the
that
bottom
next
lane
move.
of Nongshim. They are ahead on gold, even though down on CS because of what happened with the lane. As Jarvan is on a 6-game winning streak here. Overall, just 19 and 14, so not a crazy win rate, but a lot of games played. As
Hey, what are you
Ezreal
aiming for, bro?
himself on a 7-game losing streak. And
Oh,
Alunge,
Shaker.
again, in a mid lane. Faker is in the Shroud and is a Kali, but doesn't seem to have a Shuriken. His backflip doesn't need
He's
it at the end of the
alive.
day.
Wait, he still has flash.
The scout does
Oh,
not
wow.
follow there. Thought perhaps they might look for a little bit more damage. Now
Oh,
Sand
wait,
Soldiers in
wait,
the
What if
spot
Scout
to,
solo kills him?
do more to Faker there, and we're happy
Well, he's like,
with the
no way,
exchange.
though.
Faker does not flash though, and Faker avoided
Wait, Faker still
with
has
the Shroud
flash.
that first auto. So prefer stop the red buff from going off. That's annoying.
Wow, what a little rat.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. Scout just gonna
What a
go for
little
a back.
rat.
And
Oh,
he has
-1.
TP, so it is just fine.
Go.
Yeah.
Curious to see what Scout builds as his first item. I do know that
Wait, Faker got more gold though. Faker got
doing
more
the
gold.
space with what did, and he was mentioning how Faker always goes for a very
I love when they get the
aggressive
last CSS to E and then they
damage-focused
set
item
the
build
back.
on his ear, which may have led to a lot of his woes in the matchup into Akali because he still win for lethal tempo. Nasher's first, just very
Doran's got
aggressive
no
DPS
mana.
build. But you can see that grasp has been taken here by Scout.
You know when you die
And if he
as
goes for
Virginia
the rocket
egg,
belt first,
do you
and
get
definitely
mana
have a
back
much
or
easier
no?
time surviving against the Akali early on.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
you get a
definitely
portion
the
of it
thought
back.
process behind this
okay.
Keystone choice, and we'll see if that does come to pass. You get so many stats from that, as we're going to have a bit of a skirmish here around Nongshim's side of the jungle.
Oh, W jungler. W
Not
jungler.
really a true skirmish, I suppose. They'd opt out. Definitely some tension there. King and stop the back. I'm just going to clear this wave. Neither top laner has teleported just yet, but Kingen finds himself in a pretty nice CS lead as a Scion into Anivia. So with this TP, a lot of that will be evened up, but a nice little bit of tempo gained. And Kingen has his ultimate, so doesn't even
Yo,
necessarily
dodge the-
have to teleport back to lane.
Was that -1 for the cannon on
You can
Taeyeon's
see
side?
that Sponge is hanging around down
Not
here on the
sure.
bottom side of the map,
I was just thinking how
waiting
good
for the
Lehen's
Scuttle Crab, it
Qs
looks
are.
like,
Yeah,
trying
Lance is
to
doing some crazy
Ooh.
shit.
boost his way to level 6. He is,
Kigen's coming bottom.
yeah.
Well,
They want to make
Yo,
something of
okay.
this.
No, no,
They're
no,
gonna have to
no,
hold
no,
them
no,
here for
not
a
there, buddy.
while.
I feel like they can, especially because Owner's pretty far away. You can see that Owner is coming on over. And we do have the heal used early on by Keria, just going to get the root down, but now the Scion
Scion
and Paze
doing
is up
that?
against the wall against 4 Nongshim
Whoa.
members.
Wait,
And
that's
eventually,
crazy.
it's as simple as that. As the kill does go to Lehens, unfortunately, but a kill's a kill, denies some
Okay,
farm
good
from
for
Paze.
Lehen's.
You could see the
Oh, they
timing where
fucked
Owner
up with
started
that
coming
one.
over. I think Doran probably shared some information like, hey, the Scion isn't back yet. We haven't heard his ultimate
Okay, but
yet.
Jin's
He hasn't
leading now.
TP'd. It looks likely that he might be heading bottom side there, but this immobile Jin just isn't able to do anything there without more support, and they're able to focus him down. And that
Hey,
is going to be, with the back timing
let's
here,
fix
just going
it.
to be a dragon
If we
going
see a
over to
fucking
T1 and
Kim
exchange.
pick solo, it's actually kind of
As this is a pretty big lead for Taeyeon, but it's not
Mountains
the
will
end
be
of the
so good
world
for,
for T1's
for,
composition for
Nongshim,
the
though.
Jin to be behind like this. So watch this one more time. See Owner's heading over. Keria is going to get zoned away. And unfortunately, the kill here is going to go over to Lehens. Would have felt way better if that went to Taeyeon or Sponge even.
Yeah, definitely a bit unfortunate, but still a good play.
So
It's
when does
something
fake
that
the solo
Kingdom
kill
has,
Scout
definitely
again?
done in the
real?
past. A little gank like
Normally
that
he gets
on the
solo kill
Scion.
right now.
Definitely something you want to mix into your play if you do play Scion a lot. As Taeyeon gonna get rooted up here, but we do have Lehens in the minion wave.
Nice hit. Oh,
Taeyeon
bro.
pretty low.
Oh,
Still sticking
go.
around. That's level 6
Oh.
now for Paze, who is gonna land 2, and at Lehens, that's 3. Waiting for the 4th one. Gonna miss
Aye.
both. As Faker looks like he went deep for a
Go.
turret
What the
plate,
fuck is he doing?
which he did get,
Yo,
but now he
nah,
doesn't have
my
flash
goats,
or ult
what?
or a health bar or TP.
Got play gold though.
Yo,
There's,
what is he doing?
Taeyeon and Lehens here with level 6 for Taeyeon.
I just don't see the
teasing
vision.
idea of
I don't
staying
see
for
the
another
vision,
wave,
you know?
but Owner is coming down. He knows he has control over the bottom side jungle. It's going to take Sponge a little bit
Vision?
longer to get down here.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
about to
yeah.
die.
Though,
No,
this
no,
could
you don't have the
backfire in a
vision,
big
you
way
have
for
the vision.
T1.
Alright,
True shot.
yeah, that's why I always
Oh,
do this.
Oh.
I think they see Sponge full health, level 6, and they just say, well, we gotta respect this as we have Azir coming on over, and now Owner is just gonna go in.
Oh.
Hold on.
You are dead. And a bunch of damage already
That's what I'm
done to
saying,
Sponge
Owner's the
as well.
goat.
Pay's gonna flash aggressively here to get to Owner, but now Scout a little bit isolated, and Faker's making his way over. Scout in a
Only
lot
if
of
this
trouble.
twat
Gets
had
knocked
ult,
up,
bro.
does flash the roof, but now Sponge isolated.
Oh.
And he gets executed by
wait,
Faker.
hold
And
on.
T1 turned this into a big fight for them.
That's such a great
It's
play
Ravina
from
triple
Owner.
kill.
That flash
Get R.
there
Yo,
allows him to secure a kill as well as then buy the additional space for the Akali to show up. And
Don't
while
fucking
the rest
bring
of the
your
team is getting
Netanyahu as
corralled
best
away,
viewers
pushed
bot chat
away,
into my chat.
the Azir then
The
gets
fuck
left
outta
out
here.
front. So this flash here from Owner, phenomenal. Gets the Crescent Guard up, guarantees that he will survive here. Sponge is now on the left side of the fight without really any tools, and then Scout is unfortunately without really any damage at this point, unable to secure anything
I
here.
feel
Gets
like
knocked up,
Nongshim could have
forced
won
to
this.
flash
They just
away.
played it really like
Sponge
wrong.
left out
They
to
played it
dry.
like pussies and lost their lives.
Really painful here for Nongshim because the initial setup was great. They had their jungler coming down. They were able to save the wave there. Or rather, wait for the wave
Maybe
there
the
and
Owner
try to bait
outplay
the
was too
idea
strong,
of it
you know?
as Sponge was
Think
coming
he
out,
would've-
but
actually way too strong.
ultimately backfires in
He was
a
meant
huge
to
way.
die,
Now Faker
but he's
is the
too
one with the
good.
gold lead in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's going to
Wait,
feel
6-7?
really nice.
Six,
He
seven,
has a
6-7.
gold lead. We've got Owner very far ahead. 2 kills. He is ahead on XP by a decent margin. On top of all that gold that he did get, and we know
Holy
what
shit,
Owner
why
can
did
do
free
with lead
Ezreals?
on Xinjiao. And yeah, now even this bottom lane doesn't feel quite as good.
Oh.
See Pays and Carry
That's toxic.
getting a decent amount of
Lehen's
damage
more like
into
Levent over,
Lehen's.
bro.
And Sponge had flash, by the way, in that play. He could have flashed the Shuriken. Even if his flag drag was, you know, a couple seconds away, just didn't respect the damage of Faker
T1
just
bot lane
yet.
is so behind in
You know,
XP.
an Akali without a first item, it's a bit understandable, but at the same time, if he just flashes it, that's 1 kill less that you give over to T1.
Yeah, I
Let's go
think
for it, man.
maybe the thought process there for Sponge is I want to have my flash for the upcoming fight. I want to continue to be aggressive bottom side. I want to try to shut down this Karma Jin
Who's your
lane
daddy?
even further because that's where they have the advantage right now. And perhaps just holding the
Dab.
flash there
The
instead
hell
of risking
combo?
his Fakers.
It's going to be pushed in. Does have the backflip, but
And
Lehen's
here-
is coming on over. As Faker says, well, might just try to
Big
go in on
hits.
this one. He does have his perfect execution. He's just running away from Lehen's for now, and he dodges the roots, and eventually just gets killed by Lehen's.
Oh.
As a nice little gank from Lehen's into the mid lane as Faker over-aggressive there.
The bottom side of the map, it's like Owner wanted to try to turn this into something with Lehen's being mid, obviously roaming,
Why
missing
didn't
here
he
in the
R
bottom
him when
lane,
he was like
but
behind him?
Isn't able to turn it into anything as Sponge shows up. Has his Cataclysm available. Top side, we did see King ult Doran.
I don't
and
know,
got some
my-
grasp stacks, but it won't
My
amount
goat's
to
getting
too
old,
much.
man.
Scout gonna
Ah.
nicely dodge this. And Faker's lead diminishes a little bit, but he's still got a
Still got a lead,
significant
still got a
one
lead.
over Scout.
He's an
It's the
item
bottom
up.
lane, especially now with
Yeah.
Lehen's picking up 2 kills in this game, where things are really looking quite nice. As Faker is very aggressive here. Scout has the angle to
Could R
finish
him
here,
like,
even with
here,
the Shroud.
go to the
Faker
bush.
does not expect Lehen's to come up here. They're trying to set up a dive on the bottom side at the same time, so there's any chance
Just
that
know about
either the
Lehen's.
support or jungler could be
Understandable.
mid here
Yeah,
for
also, I don't think
T1.
you can R over
It's a really nice
minions.
angle there that Lehen
No,
sees
like
as
R him.
Scout sets it up.
Scout? Nah, he was low.
Yeah.
He would have taken
And
so
you're
much
talking about
fucking
that dive
tower
in the bottom
damage.
lane. Looks like once they saw Sponge,
Wait, no,
they
no,
kinda
out
spread
of-
away,
out of the
which,
tower.
Definitely the right
Oh.
call.
You could just walk
Especially-
forward
There's
Oh,
no
yeah,
with
yeah,
what's
and
yeah.
going
R him,
on
and then
in the
he'll go
mid
towards the
lane.
bush.
Faker trying to play
Oh,
around
W
Scout's
trade?
ult still being down here, but takes a lot of
Oh.
damage back.
W trade.
As it is looking like a Leandri's first here for Sponge, or for Scout, excuse me.
I like when Faker
And
plays this
a
yet.
lot
He
of
gets
damage into
pooped on.
Faker. Looking for a second dragon
Went
now,
to
double
T.
dragon here for T1 would be pretty strong, especially considering the ocean is already off the cards.
For pick potential,
Alright, what's
Hextech
the soul gonna be? What's the soul gonna
always
be?
needs to be mentioned, especially with the Jin in this
Inferno Soul.
composition. Could be
Inferno
really
Soul.
nice for setting up
Ocean.
video
That's
walls
all
and
it's
stuff. It's just going to be
Mountain.
Mountain Soul, which still very good, especially when you've
Yeah.
got, you know, Akali and
This is
Xinjiao
so
in
bad
melee
for
range.
T1
Going
if
to be a lot
fucking
of
Nong should get
shielding
it.
on the side of T1 if they can pick it up alongside of the Karma.
Sion gonna love it, of course, as well as the Jarvan for the side of Nongshim. But they are significantly far behind in Dragons. But if you start to stack all of those resistances from the solo individual elemental dragons before you get to the soul, it could be even stronger.
Does he have item yet?
The tide of the game will have to shift. And it is interesting
Fucking
that
see,
despite
bro.
having control of the bottom
No,
lane
not
a lot
yet.
of the
Oh,
time
okay.
here and having that
That's
lead
the
down there, they
Andrews
did not get
first
any
item for
dragons.
his,
The
yeah.
Sponge is in
Oh,
trouble.
boy. Yeah, now he's going to flash away. He's going to be happy that he has that now, but even just the fact that he was standing near Owner, not respecting the amount of damage, not respecting how ahead he is. I mean, they're on the same amount of items at this point in time, but Owner very strong with the help of Faker. And now Taeyeon going to be pushed away, and Owner once again is in their jungle after pushing Sponge away. And this is becoming a bit of a snowball-y problem for Nongshim.
Great root might buy some time here for Sponge to get over. He needs to rush over. Taeyeon completed his back though.
Pretty
Lands
perfect.
has flash. He's going to use it to predict there from Paze doesn't land, but the shot will. As now
Owner
Sponge
ganks
at least
mid
able to
into
get away from
invade
curtain
into the
being
bot
opened
lane
up.
pushing
The entire jungle
to
is just being
gank.
taken away.
Top lane
Damn.
big side for the first time in
commitment
fucking
of the
3
back
years
there from
from
Taeyeon,
T1.
it was going to be really tough for Sponge to come over and save the play.
This is why Blood
But
was
T1
playing
played really
Livia.
well there, and ends up being a big backfire.
If he
on the
dies,
save
turns an
there,
egg.
and Lens is punished. Also,
You
now down
just played
flash.
Clinton. What?
Watching this matchup does not
That's
feel
a
very
Scion.
exciting for anyone.
How
Somehow
far?
we're going to pan away.
Look at
Yeah.
fucking.
And
Mine
neither of them
Mana.
has skill pressure. Even if the Scion got the egg, if he's alone, like I don't think he's killing that egg. So at the end of the day, unless Doran was extremely overextended, I don't think Kingen can kill him. And then same thing for Doran against the Hollow Radiance
And with
here from
these-
Kingen.
With these thin margins, you know, in the mid and bottom lanes, junglers aren't really interested in impacting that top lane at all. All the action is happening really around the red buff of Nongshim this game, with the Karma lane's pressure and prio there, the dives have been up. Scout loses his gold lead, and so does Taeyeon. In fact, after that last play
Holy
on
shit,
the
where does
bottom
Health
side,
go?
it's an
Where does
edge here
Health
for
go?
Paze that is picked up.
Oh, sure. Oh, fuck.
Angry Scion.
Yeah. Faker taking a bunch of
Can't
damage,
believe
but just
Scion
doesn't care
combo.
because, again, Scion no kill pressure there, especially into Akali.
Is
As they're trying to
Hixoptics
set
good
something
on
up
Jhin?
here, they're just trying to play around Owner as much as possible. RT1, the root comes in, the Pop Blossom is there, but Lehen's no flash means he just
Does it
takes a
amplify
fourth shot
ability
to the
damage?
face.
Depending
Taeyeon
on
also
range, I
getting
think.
poked away. Sponge
So it's
is
good on ult,
same
right?
story for him. They just can't even exist
Oh,
against
yeah, I
the
guess
three
so.
of T1 right now.
They're going to thin this wave out, but it's still pretty hefty here. T1 whittling down this turret. They're going in.
Yeah, they're going in. I'm not sure what Sponge was thinking there, just sticking around, just dies. And now Taeyeon trying to get something back. There's a lot of damage to Black.
Oh,
that's my
Oh.
And you gotta
That's
know
my
about
jungler.
that. Taeyeon sees blood in the water, and instead
With every
the blood
jungle
is
gap.
his.
Man, you see
Holy.
that barrier pop, the life comes out of your face. You know, you are.
Actually,
You
more
forgot
accurate
about
top lane
barrier, you
gameplay
forgot
right
about
here.
Paze's D key. He's going to press it. And
King
man, that
switching
hurts.
so
When
team
you
run
get
it
that
down.
W, You
Island,
always want to
bro.
go in that type of situation. You're
And
like,
he's
oh,
the one
so
who
low, I got the
ganks
damage.
bot lane as well.
The barrier denies it. Great reaction there from Paze to shut that down.
Let's
When
see the
things
shit,
go
let's see
from
the
bad
shit.
to worse here for Nongshim in this mid game. I want to watch Sponge again here. So use his flag and drag here. A little bit of time buy
Isn't
from the
Jousting coming
hens.
this year?
And then as the wave comes through moments later, he decides to go in. And I'm not 100% sure.
He's so low.
Yeah, he's at half health.
Faker got the solo
Oh,
kill on the scout.
oh,
We
show,
didn't
show,
quite
show,
see
show,
that,
show.
But I'm sure we'll see a
thought not
replay,
watched.
especially with what's going on
Finally.
recently.
Wait, my goat's back? My goat's
Bullet
back?
with level 12.
Owner just going to take this Rift out. Looks like, again, they cannot challenge them.
We don't give a fuck. Show the
This
replay.
is really just falling apart here completely for Nongshim right now. Azir significantly far behind. The Ezreal seems like that second item is
Hey, maybe my
just not
goat
going to hit
wasn't
at
watched
the
on
spike they
Azir.
wanted. The
Maybe
Akali
Akali
is
really
already
is
starting to become a
the
threat.
problem.
And listen, Nivea
Yo.
is just going to be permanent wave clear, zoning, and extra power around the map. We'll also get some additional
finally.
levels as we'll see what happens here.
Reading for the cannon.
Oh.
Man, he
what are
misses
these
the
mind
ultimate.
games, bro?
This is why Akali's so good in this matchup, because as Azir, you're like, in most situations, you're like, I'll just push them away. And Akali's like, no.
No.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
the fact that she's so
shit.
mobile and she can avoid your soldiers, it's just so annoying to hit this champ when you're Azir.
Not only do you not get hit by the divide, but also you get
Oh.
kind of a free
Go.
shuriken onto him because he's standing still while the divide is coming in. So it's like, well, if you time it right, it feels very good. They're trying to dive Doran, which
Oh,
is
Doran's
not
actually so
easy.
fucked.
And
Wait.
they might be able to get his egg.
Oh.
Shield comes
Oh,
in
your
from
father?
area. As
Your
now
father,
here comes
Doran.
the Scion.
Oh.
There's
Holy
the egg.
shit.
I think eventually
Was he
the
just
scout
bot lane?
here should be easy
Yo.
pickings.
Lens is a kill thief
Somebody
this
stop
game.
this Scion,
Gets a
bro.
third one. At least they are able to secure the kill,
He's
get the
hitting
egg, which is
W's.
a win in itself. And
Meanwhile,
yeah, Faker's getting
Oh,
this
W
turret.
tell?
It'll be their second of the game. This isn't even first brick here for Nongshim.
They got the Mountain Drake Soul point as well. That's their
Oh,
third
Soul
Drake
point?
now. And
Free stats.
T1 are just kind of running away with this game. Nongshim not really showing a lot of resistance so far.
Yeah, really not. They do get the turret. It's a lot of money to scout, but the money is traded on the opposite side. And Doran, I think he's pretty happy with
win this,
dying
bro.
for this because
Been
of
so
the
far
exchange
ahead.
they get on the other side. And this is just what T1 do really well, right? They know how to
Yeah,
play
it
both
looks
sides of the
like-
map.
it
They
looks
know
like
where their weak
Nongshim's
point
team
is,
fight
and
is
they try
actually
to
really good
exploit the
because they
opposite side of the
actually
map.
have a tank.
Doran can buy so much time.
Yeah, but like
And
they got,
even
like,
with
negative
Carrier, like Carrier
gold.
came over there, he might have been able to get away in
I
another
think it's
circumstance,
winnable.
but so much
They
had to
just
be
need to
committed
get
to kill
some
him, and the kill
they
goes
get
over
some
to
catches
the
in the
Nico.
I
side
think it's
lane.
winnable if like Azir,
It's just
more just
not a
Azir
good
and
time for
Ezreal.
Nongshim right now. And because
Everyone else
the
just has to
game
go in.
state is so
Or
T1 favor,
peel.
this Akali is potentially going to start running away with the game. This Jin is so big. I just
Like,
don't know if we can have a
Kali,
conversation
though.
about the scaling front to back here anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, Scouts
That's
is
really
there
what
so
you're looking
good.
for if
What
you are
happened?
Nongshim. It's like, okay, you've got Azir and Ezreal. Maybe when we hit
He's not
2-3
really dying
items
a lot, so
for
I think
this
that's like good enough.
combo, along with our very tanky
Yeah, I
Scion,
guess.
great engage with Jarvan and Nico. Like on paper, it's good as they're just gonna face
Yeah.
ticket T1, and
Like
that's
this,
gonna be the
right?
end
Oh.
of at least Keria.
He's gonna get the goal.
Who's now
Don't give
utter-
it to
almost
Nico.
unkillable,
Oh,
it
okay.
feels like, in the Cataclysm, getting a lot of value out of his Crescent Guard. So it's only going to be the
baited.
support that Nongshim
Baited.
do get.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a lot worse there. Owner didn't have flash, just got it back. So it is going to be fine for him. Doran's got to be
Wait, they
pushing
just
the
didn't
bottom
want.
lane.
They just
Does
didn't
have
want
TP.
Carrier to be
Oh,
007.
yeah, they get the slow, and that's the flash
True.
slam. The follow-up not really there. Meanwhile, Lahen's in a bit of trouble.
Faker's
As
getting.
Zerkin's going to land
Oh.
on him, and
Oh.
Faker takes
Okay,
him out.
the support.
Once again, we're being treated to Faker's Akali. As he's kind of just walking behind enemy lines. He gets his Shroud back, and he waits for the slam, goes back in. Taeyeon super low. Faker wants that kill,
Wow.
and he does get it. And
Oh,
he
I
will
thought
have to
he-
pay for it,
I
but
thought
that
he
just
lived,
means the
but
rest of
it's
T1 is
fucking
here
owner
to
coming
clean
out.
got
up
soda
the kill.
deleted.
Nongshim once again over-indexing
Carrier
Oh.
into
Carrier
the one
KSC?
kill.
That's crazy.
It's not going to work out for them as Scout, no dash, and is in a lot of trouble. As a stun does
Damn.
land, the root is there as well, and Doran picks up the kill with the icicle. And T1, I mean, almost feels like it's all over,
Wait,
but the
think of
grind
this
here
tower.
for Nongshim.
Sure
Yeah,
gets another charge.
Bit of a disaster for Nongshim,
Wait,
frankly.
that's
Okay.
That's crazy.
All right.
No, it's getting
You'll
cooked.
get an additional charge here as well. When the opt-in happens to look for that pick, you're giving T1 such an insane opportunity to get a skirmish that they
Dodge.
didn't even like they didn't even necessarily have any idea they were looking for, and they were just like, okay, I guess we'll turn this one. As this initially was pretty expensive here
This
to try
fight
to
was
catch
actually
Owner.
so long if you think
And then
about it.
Lahen's is
'Cause
caught
Carrier
initially.
dies and just comes
And the worst of
joins
this
the fight
is
again.
in the meanwhile, like they're messing up the engage onto Paige.
Definitely
Like,
Faker,
everything was
though.
missed from Taeyeon. Lahen's flash is here when Faker has his activation of his ultimate to take him out. So that's just a summoner down for further fights. At this point, you're like, okay, we got to get Faker right. But this staying so long, giving the opportunity here for the rest of T1 to rotate over. They have Herald for team fighting is just a bridge too far. Not to mention the fact that Scout's TP was at an angle to where he couldn't join immediately.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
King
think that's really the main
took
issue.
so
Like
much damage
maybe
from
if they
Paige
have
there.
Scout there
Does
from
he
the
have any armor
beginning.
yet? Or was he just
I mean, they're
full
already
AP,
so far
full
behind,
MR?
so it feels like desperation
Huh?
out of them. But
King
you're
Lee.
not going to win a fight if Scout's not there from
Well,
the beginning.
he's got, like,
actually
The hollow.
DPSing.
He's got a chain wrist.
Taeyeon can't
of
do it
armor.
alone, as he only now hits his 2-item spike. And it was already kind of a
Jin's gonna hit
desperate
so hard.
fight to begin with.
I mean, he already
And
is.
now, I mean, a
Let's
minute
go
away
ahead.
from Mountain Soul already. T1 have been stacking the Drakes very early on. And there really hasn't been an answer from Nongshim. They only got the 3 grubs, but they have not been able to side lane
Owner's,
push
like,
at all.
2 levels up.
Such a classic T1 game. And they had bottom prio.
Yeah, Owner's
Owner
just
set it
farming
up.
this guy's jungle.
He's 10
Like,
out of
clapping
14
his
KP
lanes.
in this game.
Real.
And you start to wonder, like, you know, what could have been with this Nongshim comp, what could have been with this Ezreal pick if they had played it a little bit better, if they had played it a little bit safer at times. But we'll
Does Shinza
probably
go
never know.
GA
7,000
as well?
gold behind against this team that
I
is
think,
looking
like,
for,
you
as
can,
you say, a
like,
very
final
early. I
item.
mean, we're at 22.5 minutes when this
Final
dragon
item.
spawns.
Right.
Soul here, which makes it even more difficult for Nongshim to play from
They have to
behind.
fight this soul.
Yeah, Nongshim just grouping in bot, trying to get a push in one lane.
This
so they
game's
can group
over.
up and push into the objective, but their mid lane is in tatters right now. So
Unironically, I
the
think
fact that they didn't elect to go through mid lane,
win this
definitely a
fight.
bit of an issue. They're trying to go for an Akali now who has Rocket Belt. That's not really going to work. Yes, Faker did not have Flash, so that was the angle they were looking
Stay
for.
engaged.
Kingen is
That is-
slamming a bush over to the right side.
Akali's
while
got a
this Drake
flank,
is just going
bro.
down. Sponge half health. It goes to 1 health. The
Oh,
Dragon.
no, it's
And
actually
Sponge
Raps.
going to get rooted up.
Like,
He's
they
in
have
a lot
turned
of trouble
gold.
as
Oh.
now the engage from the hands.
Nah,
It's just
not gonna
kinda
do shit.
half-hearted
That's
as
Raps.
Faker in the back line, just eating them for lunch.
Oh!
It's now
Oh,
Scouts
oh,
nowhere for him to
shit,
run, although he does
that's
get away.
unlucky.
Funnily enough, Faker going
Bro was
very deep
greedy.
there and does pay the price. Pays, picks up a double
Close,
kill.
close.
Really the important part.
Mountain
is that
Yeah,
Soul.
got
Mountain Soul's kind of
Soul.
crazy though.
And as you can see here, Taven is struggling to get through those shields.
1%
That
chance
will
to
leave him
lose.
behind. He gets away, but
This
you
is
know,
fucking
the
T1
prize
we're
was
talking
already
about, bro.
gained. It was such a
Nah, but,
sloppy
like,
setup
they're a
here
bit
for
too
Nongshim.
clean.
Like, Kingen was
Like, if they're
on the
wobbly,
outside
like,
to
mid
prevent
mid
Faker
game,
from joining, but
early game,
they
then
go in
it's good.
half-heartedly to look for a contest to the Dragon.
You
Put
can
themselves
doubt.
in such bad position. Look at
Honestly,
Pace.
No one is
Do
clean.
no wrong here, and Lehens is just trying to peel for
And
their
Duran's
eggs.
not playing like a retard
Faker
for the
having a
first time
statement
in
game
ages.
on this Akali. He does go a bit deep here.
Real.
Disrespect
Keep him on
the
Anivia,
damage there
bro.
from Taeyeon and the Sand Soldier setup, but T1 get more than just the Dragon. They get several kills, two of them going over to Pays in the team fight. He is now 7-2.
Yeah, also at least Faker got the flash at a Scout, so it's like, yeah, he dies, but they're so far ahead at this point, so the gold doesn't really matter. And getting a summoner out of Scout before a potential Baron is still going to be pretty huge. As it
Oh
does look
shit.
like they might want to go
Doran's
for
got
this Baron. Faker's
most
in bottom
damage?
TP.
Oh, yeah, he's fighting Sion on repeat.
And
That
Doran has
makes
TP
sense.
as well. Flash forward from
It's
Carrier,
actually
trying to get
fake
the root
damage.
to stick.
Fake damage.
Yeah, it does not.
It would have been Baron if potentially it does. So, I mean, even still, you got the flash committed there, but you get like it's an exchange where Flash doesn't get you any
Carrier
kills, but it gets you
Ona,
so much space
crazy
on Baron. And this is where
KDs.
Nongshim
It's a
has
shame
to now
Carrier
kind of
got
face
caught
check a
that
little
one
bit
time.
and try to
Yeah.
group because T1 especially so known to do these Barons in these types of situations. Faker has TP. His Flash just came back up as well. But it looks like they've got their eyes on the champions.
Oh.
Yeah, Owner just going forward. He's got a Karma behind him. He's level 14. Does not care. The flash forward with the knock-up. Taeyeon now chunked out significantly.
No to
I
Baron.
think maybe Baron is finally on the cards here for T1 with all the damage they just did. Doran sitting
Doran
at
had
a
the
decent amount of
answer,
mana, enough to
that-
really impact
that's
this Baron
actually
take
over.
here on the Anivia. Thanks for the extra damage, Taeyeon, says
Wow.
T1
W
probably.
leash.
As they're going to commit the TP here, and they are going to look for a contest, but they have no setup here. Kingen on the flank.
Yeah, also, if T1 really want to, they can
Yeah,
just pull off
that's
the
pretty good.
Baron.
T1
As
don't
Hayes
have
is
ults.
going into no man's land. He did not join the team, as he was apparently on the wrong side of that fight. Did have to flash, but they get the TP out of Scout now.
They didn't have Crescent Guard, which is something I kind of hadn't really considered in terms of the turn. Without that, it's really difficult to actually drop Baron and look for the fight. Instead, they just opt to drop Baron and back away and not give Nongshim any in this game. Because stopping Baron and walking away doesn't mean that Nongshim get Baron. It doesn't mean you lose anything on the map. And you're already sitting on such a huge lead with Mountain Soul in tow.
Not Magi,
You're now
sorry.
thinking about the only way this goes wrong is if we toss on Baron, right?
Who
Throw it
did?
away or
Oh,
lose
and Void
Elder
stuff. You
somehow
can use Void stuff as
miraculously.
well.
So we just have to prevent those two things. And step one is
Yum.
not taking that Baron fight without Crescent Guard.
Yeah, definitely a good call.
What is that item?
We
on
do
the-
have 3
on
items
Israel?
now for
Endless
Taeyeon,
Hunger?
so maybe they
that
say,
good
okay,
on-
well, we've got an
Uh,
okay fed Ezreal. He's nowhere near Pays, don't get me wrong, but at
That's some
least
healing, I
he's got
guess,
some
with
items
the
and he can
Qs.
do some decent damage.
Endless Hunger can be quite potent if you have a longer fight and you are hitting all your abilities, as we've seen in the past. It's a really big spike for Ezreal,
Thanks,
but
Costas.
it's
Answer my
so
question.
premeditated on
Go.
having the setup that it's hard to imagine Nongshim will ever get.
Little root here on a Kingen, who's kind of in no man's land himself. He's able to charge into a wall and try to get over to his team. There's a flash out of him, but the chase is on from T1. Not going to over chase into the Scion, though, but here come the curtains. Sponge going to be slowed
slow
up.
Crescent Guard.
The flag drag away. Takes a huge
Oh,
amount of damages now. Faker
Oh.
thinking about it. Goes in for the execution. Sponge, or rather Scout, meanwhile, just dies himself as he got rooted up by, I believe, Carrier. Or stunned by Doran, one of those things, as had to stick around and immediately died afterwards. That's 2 picks, and T1 are now looking at the Baron.
Looks like this time they'll get it for real. As Faker's going to head to the
boring
bottom
game.
lane and try to take out the last part of that
Next
turret
game gonna be
before he does
interesting.
TP in if there is a contest. And King here is just trying to control a jungle that has no
support.
relevance in
Surely
this
some
game.
Pyke.
With no dragon here, Soul already
don't play
taken,
the Pyke,
Elder
he's gonna
moments
run it
away. It feels like T1 we're doing the right call here and getting vision, doing all the set they need on the bottom side of the map to make sure they have total control. And Nongshim were trying to contest it when they had, well, I say Nongshim, it was Kingen who was trying to set up for a potential contest of said vision that backfired in a massive way.
Trying to get Faker here, and he is going to get knocked up, but guess who's there to back him up? It's Carry and Pays. And they just get him to safety. Nongshim trying to do whatever they can to try to collapse
Akali's gonna come back
And they got the
like
Baron,
every
they pulled off the
fucking
Baron so early, just
40
left
seconds.
Owner on it, so he's able to
Picks up
finish
a
it
fucking
off
rod,
to
that's
back
kinda
Faker
crazy.
up and be there. Like
How
you're
do they
saying,
say
all those
knocked
members of
up without
T1 that were there
laughing?
to make sure
It's
he
so
does not
funny.
get caught or
Knocked
killed.
up.
It's just a really clean map play here from T1, and now
Panic
they
has
can
been
use
knocked
this
up,
Baron
bro.
for about 30 seconds here to gain and maintain Prio on the Elder Dragon, which is really the final step left for them
Doran
to get
level
Exodia
19.
in this game. And they have 4 Dragons, Soul,
Three
Baron.
level lead.
They get this Elder.
That's
and
what
the
I
game
have,
couldn't
literally.
be more over about this. I mean, it's pretty over, but
Oh,
Owner
go.
really doing everything.
Oh no?
Maybe trying to bait Owner in if I give him the benefit of the doubt. Meanwhile, Owner's like, yeah, I welcome it. I will jump into 4
Owner's
people
just
right
fucking
now.
shit, bro.
So Crescent Guard is over. The ult goes in.
Oh,
Faker,
wait.
he's pretty low, but he has his Shroud still. Able to get away with the help of Carrion.
Wow, and he
This is not
lives.
exactly the cleanest damage from T1.
This is really awkward for them to lose all this health right before Elder. Pays is pushing mid.
Sponge might just die here. That's the jungler of Nongshim dead. And now
Well,
he
how
gets
the
got
fuck
by
did
him
Sponge die?
Lonesome on the top side of the map. And he will eventually go down. Faker's like, I guess I'll clean him up. Meanwhile, we do have, looks like Doran just tanking everything on the bottom side. He's actually pretty tanky, and they say, we don't need the Elder, we just need to kill them. And that they do as
Oh, he
T1
did good,
looks to end this
GA.
game.
That was a fantastic ultimate from King and all of the chaos there, but ultimately it's not
Nongshim's
enough.
gonna go
Even with
roll.
those low health bars from T1, feels like everybody's got a GA in this one. Between Owner having the egg there from the
Man,
Anivia,
fucking game,
Ace
bro.
so
This
far
wasn't going to be
away,
the
being so
interesting
safe
game. It's the
inherently.
game after the next
And
one.
that is just
Right.
the end of the game. T1 will win it, sub 30 minutes. They made sure they dotted their I's and
Wait,
crossed
Doran's
their
darting
T's
it.
to guarantee
He's
the
gone,
victory.
bro.
Made some really decisive calls to pull off the
Wait, this guy's
Baron,
trying to
for
mog.
The
example,
game even ended.
and to fight in the enemy jungle and to get that commitment onto Kingen when he was trying to contest there while they were putting up that vision.
He's scratching his head, he's like, what the fuck, how did I win?
They first picked the bottom side Prio. They stacked dragons. And we're able to hold on to that win con all game long.
In
And
the,
Nongshim
in
just
the
could not even
2026 Worlds
hold
Finals
their
video
Ezreal
clip, it's
lead
going
in
to
the
be
bottom
Faker
lane.
saying, this year
And
is your
Faker
year to
bounces back in a
BDD.
big way on the opposite side of the Akali
Nah, he's gonna beat him.
Azir matchup. Finally, he was the one.
Now he's gonna say
winning
some
the
more
solo
farming
kill
shit
on
and
the
win
Azir.
worlds again.
Yeah, definitely gotta feel good for him. Doran with the flex Anivia to the
Yeah.
top lane, no real answer for him. They picked Sion into it, who notably
You
doesn't
see,
do very well into
it's,
Anivia walls,
he wasn't
but they just
performing
wanted
bad,
a
it's
frontline tank.
Arthritis was just acting
And
up,
it
you know?
ended up just being
Arthritis,
Doran was able
no.
to do whatever he
Weird.
wanted.
W
And
code,
so from
W
the
code.
draft into the execution in the game, T1
mean code?
definitely looking
That's
on
what
a
happened.
different tier compared to
I have insider
Nongshim, who
knowledge.
have not had any
Oh,
luck
okay.
against
He has
a
insider
Elite or
knowledge.
Gen
But I've
team,
been
and now
in that world
T1
script,
for their 3 matches
Oh,
in
you
a
have
row.
it?
They're gonna have a
I got
second
it, I
chance
got
here
it.
for game number
Wait, who
2
wins?
Well,
as we head into
I
the break.
released the script ages ago. Wait, I gotta show you
Oh,
how-
that was
I
fake.
gotta- No, that's the real script. Like, actually. They emailed it to me.
The big Yahoo he built you.
No,